Sir Alistair Hardy was an English marine biologist and zoologist who specialised in the study of zooplankton, as well as the study of larger sea creatures like whales. On March 5, 1960, Hardy addressed a club of aquatic specialists and introduced the idea of mankind having an aquatic origin. The idea received publicity in the press, and a supportive article appeared in New Scientist in April 1960. Rather than being a crazy and far-flung idea, it actually seems to make a lot more sense than other theories of human origins. This theory is called the aquatic ape. Hardy asserted that an early branch of mankind was forced from its tree home and was made to live on the beach, where the forces of natural selection or some other process gave it the adaptation required to swim and hunt for seafood. Hardy should really rank up there with the likes of Charles Darwin, but his theory is not yet taught in schools, despite widespread popularization of the idea by Elaine Morgan in the 70s and 80s. One reason for this is that the aquatic idea seems to interfere with the out-of-Africa idea of chimpanzees living in harmony in the jungle and far from water. The fact is, however, we do not come from chimpanzees. Rather, chimpanzees and humans share a common ancestor which now seems to be extinct. Another reason why the idea is characterized as wild is there is an ignorant perception that the theory states that this species of mankind was something like a mermaid, confined to the water. This impression is dispelled by an actual reading of the theory. Aquatic adaptations merely facilitated hunting in the water, while the creature would be able to live and rest on land. We can look for an aquatic ancestor and a relative of the Asian long-nosed or proboscis monkey. When the Dutch settled in Indonesia, the natives began to call this creature the Dutch monkey, as its big nose and big belly reminded them greatly of the settlers. Is this just coincidence, or do we ourselves express similar genes? Unlike the wrinkly skin of a chimpanzee, the Asian proboscis monkey has a layer of subcutaneous fat all over its body, just like humans. This is an insulation characteristic of sea creatures. Like humans, the long-nosed monkey has plump, long legs, and even a beer gut. And just like humans, the proboscis monkey loves to swim. Chimpanzees, on the other hand, hate water and cannot swim. It is clear that somewhere along the line, an ancestor of chimpanzees may have crossed with a species which simply loved the water, and quite likely walked upright. This species may have been an Asian relative of proboscis. A conventional reason given for humans walking upright is that this somehow allows us to have a bigger brain. This explanation might be true in part, but it is not very satisfying and doesn't really tell us much about our past. The aquatic explanation is that humans walk upright so that we are able to live on the beach, or on the lakeside, and wade into water with our heads above water. We can then harvest shellfish. Our diving reflex, another characteristic of sea mammals, but not monkeys, allows our heartbeat to slow when we are immersed, preventing the need to breathe for a time. There are other similarities between humans and water creatures. Our upright, linear nature is useful in the water. Geometrically, we are almost like a fish walking on its rear fins. Furthermore, all sea mammals mate in the missionary position, and humans seem the only land mammal able to do so. Having a large brain is also a characteristic of the sea mammal, and for this reason humans seem to be able to get along with dolphins far better than they would with chimpanzees, who are supposedly more related to us. Crying is also a characteristic of sea mammals. Humans are the only land mammals who can do it. Perhaps this is all why we love to go to the beach or live on the beach. It is our natural home. To stare out over the ocean is in our blood.